I have to leave here, Kurt. Where am I supposed to go with Omar? It's reached a point where my physical health is in jeopardy from her insanity. You understand? Joe, like, you have to find people who are going through or been through the same thing. I don't even know how to do that. I am so broken, Kurt. I am so unfathomably broken at this point, okay? I cannot save her, alright? I can either walk away or have her drag me down with her, but I can't save her. There's too many there's too many, whatever that thing is, hands in the pot or whatever. It used to be just my aunt, and now it's just it's too much. It's too much. I'm just one broken, fucked up human being, okay? Just so you know, we went out. I went out separate from her, and I told her I wasn't even going to have anything to do with her that night. But I did. I talked to her from time to time. I got drug up my ass, and then I had a time, and at one point, even though she had earlier said to me, and I quote, "I hope you get hit by a car and die," because she has to walk 10 feet to the taxi, and she has a bun in her hair, and she doesn't want the bun to get wet. It wasn't even raining, but it's all just her insanity, you understand? I have it on both directions. My heart is shattering for her. I either have to walk away or she'll drag me down with her, and I'll be really, really sick or dead. It's not a lie. It's not an exaggeration. It's the fucking truth. Last night scared the shit out of me. That was one of my most terrifying moments in my life. I literally thought, this is it for me. I'm gonna have a heart attack. I just can't take it. You can't reason with her, and she calls the shots. She gets to call everybody up, including our mutual friend Selena, and say, all she does is yell at me, all she does is, There's no reasoning with her. It's like trying to reason with a bowl of fruit. Even when I beg, and do you know what that does to me, people? I'm not a robot. I beg and plead with her, and I'm not screaming. Please, Mom, I'm begging you. Please leave me alone. I'm sick. I just got to spend an hour in the bed. Please leave me alone. She won't do it. She won't leave me alone. That's why Joe calls her demon-possessed. Whether or not she's literally demon-possessed is up for debate, but she will taunt me. She will taunt me. Intentionally. I can drink if I want. You can't stop me. And referring to the government obese cunt fuck I can't stand, the one who was drilling my mom in the car. Nosy fucking bitch, like Selena says. When's the last time you lived in your mobile home? Samantha, how come Laura's living there and you're not? Have you ever been involved in Had my mom captive, was driving her to a doctor's appointment. And I was waiting there. And my mom walked in. And she's like, Laura, that woman was asking me all kinds of questions, made me really uncomfortable in the car. I instantly knew who it was. It was the same one who's been condescending and patronizing towards me since day one, who doesn't like me, who puts me down, who's snide towards me, it was from day one, okay? And again, she's my mom's best buddy now, or in my mom's delusional eyes anyway. And the final straw was with me when these people sent elder services to my mom's apartment, you know? Assholes. And then my mom tries to get to the bottom of who did it, and nobody did it. They just showed up, you know, they showed up for no reason, which we all know never happens, okay? It's bullshit. And guess how my mom and I got the truth? We got the truth from her primary care physician because I was there. Okay? I was there. And the doctor said, you know, I got a call from the elders, what's going on? And I said what was going on, blah, blah, blah. Because he knows the whole truth. He knows it's not my fault. It wasn't my fault I was here. My mom's living elsewhere. It involves all kinds of stuff that had nothing, was totally not my fault, okay? And it's not like it was a permanent situation. But you get it? You get it? Not like I was staying, you know, going to be planning on staying here forever and blah, 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 whatever. But anyway, and he said, he's like, yeah. And they said, you know, that her competency is in question. Her friends were trying to get her declared incompetent. And now when I try to remind her of that, and she doesn't want to hear it. La 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 la, like a little 2-year-old. I don't want to hear it. I don't want to hear it. You're obsessed. They're nice. They're kind. They're kind to me. Unlike you, all you do is scream at me. Yeah. You pushed me past my breaking point when I begged you just to leave me alone. That's it. Just leave me alone. I'm not asking anything of you. I'm begging you to leave me alone. I'm sick. I don't feel good. Just please leave me alone. And she won't do it. She won't do it. I can't even go out for a night, but, you know, she has to go, and I can't stop her. And she's right. I can't stop her. It should tell you guys something, that a total female stranger came up to me at the end of the night we were leaving and said to me out of the blue, does your mother have dementia? And I looked right at the woman, because we know Mama's not diagnosed with anything. We also know she's been forced to ingest this poison for over half her life. Okay? I looked right at her. I didn't say yes, no, whatever. I didn't say she was mentally ill. I said to her, I go. She told me she wished I would get hit by a car and die. And the woman said to me, she doesn't mean it. She didn't mean it. It doesn't matter if she didn't mean it. Like Joe says, it doesn't matter if this is my illness, my mom's illness causing her to do this to me, if it's going to land me in the hospital. If my health is in jeopardy, it doesn't matter if it derives from her illness. You understand? I have to leave and I have nowhere to go. And then my mom says, oh, my mom was just obsessed with Omar. We already know that. She cries to everyone. She won't let me have Omar. No, you don't get a lone visit. You know, you don't get to be with him alone. I've witnessed I've given you chances to be with him alone, and you know, and I've supervised or whatever, and I've seen that I'm not going to have you with him alone. Okay. It's like being a kidnapping victim. Being held hostage by a 2-year-old and a kidnapping victim because she treats me horribly and just treats me like I'm a friggin' robot. And if I'm sick and you didn't give me my cell phone, or you didn't do this or you didn't do that. But then I have to be nice to her, and are you going to cook me dinner? Are you going to do, you know what I mean? That's a kidnapping victim. I have to be nice to the person treating me like shit. She flew into a fucking rage when I wouldn't let her have my hat. I want my hat. I don't like her stupid tight yellow hat. I bought this hat specifically. She can go buy her own fucking hat, okay? Plus, she's just going out to the taxi. It's not even raining. She's just insane. And when I wouldn't let her have my hat, oh, I hate you. I hope you get hit by a car and die. Isn't that what kids would say to you guys, parents? But again, you can laugh it off as parents. I have to deal with elder services being called and me being accused of abusing my, you know what I mean? It doesn't matter where it derives, you understand? It's fucking killing me. Last night terrified me. I seriously thought I was going to have a heart attack. It was awful, awful. awful, awful. Like I said, even though I was hungover yesterday a little bit, I wasn't sick at all, but last night when she just kept pushing me and pushing me and pushing me, I wound up being in the bathroom for a long time. But I at least didn't wind up in the hospital, didn't have a heart attack. But cancer runs in my family. Lord only knows what's going on inside of me. Joe understands. Most people are too fucking ignorant. It doesn't matter if she's mentally ill. It doesn't matter if it derives, how she treats me and what she does derives from her mental illness. If it's still doing it to me, like Joe says, it's still doing it to you. And even if you get away, the post-traumatic stress disorder is with you for life. It's like the insanity I went through with Donald and his mother. I'm still suffering from post-traumatic stress disorder from that insanity. For example, I can be ready at 5 in the morning if Hope wants me to, okay? She's being nice enough to drive me somewhere because she's going somewhere. I can be ready at 5, 6, 7 or whatever, okay? I can be ready anytime. But you need to tell me what time and I'll be ready by that time. I appreciate you driving me somewhere. But you can't suddenly be ready early yourself and then pissed off that I'm not ready before you told me I had to be ready. You understand? If you tell me to be ready by a certain time, I'll be ready by that time. But you're furious and all upset and because I'm not ready ahead of time. Because you know what I mean? That's insanity. Bitching and hollering in the morning, there's no bread. Why didn't you tell me there's no bread? Because I'm an imperfect human being and I forgot your gluttonous son had eaten all the bread, Hope. You went to the store and you didn't buy bread. I know. I know. Just like now, I'm expected to be a robot. I'm expected to be perfect. I'd forgotten, Hope. Shoot me. I'd forgotten that you're gluttonous. I didn't eat the bread. I'd forgotten that he did. Because he doesn't give a shit. I had the house spotless for you coming home from your gambling weekend of fun. I had a glass of wine waiting for you. You guys needed something, so I ran down to Vaughn's immediately. And I forgot that he'd eaten all the bread. So in the morning, you're up and condemning me. I didn't know you eat the food I buy. I didn't know that I'm not omniscient. I didn't know you would want those hot dogs and I'm not omniscient or whatever, you know. She's allowed to say anything she wants about me, and she's always believed over me. Either by her ignorant friends, you know, most who don't know their asses from their elbows, or by the government fucks who, like Joe says, they know probably, Laura, but they have ulterior motives. They want to believe everything negative, sure bad she says about you. That's it. That's why Joe sarcastically said before, yeah, if it's convenient for them, she's insane, but if she's saying something against you, Laura, she's perfectly fucking sane and normal and everything else. unfortunately, they live thousands of miles away, and I'm alone. Joe yells at me. He's like, I told you to find people, Laura. I told you to find support groups. I told you to find people going through the same thing. You don't listen to me, Laura. You keep doing the same thing over and over and expecting to get different results. That's a mark of insanity. Yeah. It wasn't my idea for her to move back in here. It was hers. She had the right. She hated that apartment. She didn't want to renew that lease. She had the right to come back here, okay? But it wasn't my idea, okay? And I told her I'm not going to be staying. But that doesn't mean I want her sharing it, my personal plans or who I am or whatever, with her stupid government fuck friends who are they're government employees. They're not your friends. They're hired to take care of you. They're paid to be nice to you. They're not your fucking friends. Oh, just shut up, Laura. I'm tired of you. I'm sick of you. Why don't you and Omar just leave? Like I told Joe today. And then when I tell her I'm going to leave, she's gonna leave me. She calls them, that's insanity, people. She's gonna leave me. Mom, you tell everybody, you lie constantly about me and say this, that, or whatever, and don't tell the truth. You threaten me all the time to leave, and then when I say I'm going to leave, you cry that I'm leaving you. I mean, being held hostage by a 2-year-old. Irrational, insane. All these government fucks weren't in the picture more so than ever before. Because her DMH worker brought these motherfuckers, and I was all on board into her life. And then they're going to start sitting there in judgment and all this crap, judging a situation about which they know absolutely nothing. You can't walk into people that have lives before you enter them, you motherfucking mostly obese cunts. And yes, I can say that. I've met enough of them. The way they, people have lives. People have complex, complicated lives. You can't sit there and judge something about which you know nothing. Because my mom's DMH worker didn't deem it necessary to tell you. Now you've taken over, and you've convinced my mom that you're her friend and I'm the enemy. Like just as you don't know, they're drilling your mom. They're saying, I know. Selena and Joe try. And this is when my mom is not in a better frame of mind. They try to get her to understand. Okay? Don't let your guard down with these government employed fuckers. They are not your friends. They're the enemy. Sorry, Mom, but you have sealed your fate. I'm out of here. This is jeopardizing my health now. It's scaring me. Scaring me. I could have saved her. If there weren't all these other fucking assholes involved, I could have saved her. I'm not saying she wouldn't, I'm just saying I could have saved her. There are things you can do so you can be on less medication. You know what I mean? Maybe you still have to take psych meds, but you can try to increase your health, and there's things you can do. But in that world, it's just more and more and more medication. She is demon possessed. The meds have possessed her. Poison. And I can either save myself or let her drag me down with her. It's reached that point. It's affecting, it's jeopardizing my health. I was terrified last night. I was positive I was about to land in the physical hospital. I've said to my mom before, I'm going to wind up in the mental hospital, and my mom's like, oh, I'll visit you, Laura. I mean, she's just insane. She just it's a 2-year-old. The world revolves around her. You beg her. I beg her to just leave me alone. She won't do it, even when I'm sick. She'll come home, and you said you were going to get my smartphone today. You promised me that at Christmas time. Mom, I got you a brand new fucking bathroom worth $13,000. I could have done that myself. Yeah. I don't think so, Mom. I started the process before you were living here, but I know that you wouldn't have done it yourself. You're fucking insane. And you don't know you're insane. That's why you hate me and get justified in your eyes to be lying and saying that all I do is yell at you for no reason. And I won't, she tells people I don't do anything for her. That I just sleep all day. That I go out drinking. You get where I'm coming from here. And Joe's like, who cares? You have to stop caring. Laura, you know the truth, and if there's a God, He knows the truth, and who cares what the motherfucking ignorant fuckers in your mom's life think? Yeah, but she'll force me. Do you know what she did? This was before. I don't know if this is going to run out. I got to tell you this story, though. This is all the stuff I didn't tell you guys because my aunt's watching, and I had to reach a point of, this is my breaking point. My health's in jeopardy. I thought I was going to wind up in the hospital last night. Seriously, no joke. Because trying to reason with her and beg her to have 1 ounce of compassion for me is like trying to reason with a bowl of fruit. An inanimate object, whatever. It's like there's no reasoning with her. None. I'm lucky she didn't start a scene. She told me the next day, if you weren't so paranoid, we could have got a ride home from, insert name, say David. Who's David? A nice guy I met there. Mom, that's how you wind up chopped into pieces. No, he's nice, Laura. If you weren't so, oh my God. Insane people get to run the show in this household. My mom gets to run the show. She gets to lie through her teeth about me and be believed. She gets to... Anytime over these past several months you've seen me remotely happy, it was all facade, okay? This is all the stuff I didn't tell you. It's 8 o'clock in the morning. At one point I have texts I sent to Joe and Selena and Churchwoman that I'd literally slept 10 hours in 3 nights, okay, because of her. Because when she doesn't sleep, I don't sleep. She doesn't let me sleep. Okay? Even if I have earplugs in, even if I go and try to sleep on my bedroom floor or something because it's all a fucking mess, okay? But whatever. She doesn't let me sleep, okay? She says to me, what do you think about so-and-so moving in there? So-and-so, again, is mentally ill, by the way, but we'll just set that aside. So-and-so, I guess so-and-so gets a government check or something. But so-and-so will pay $500 a month, and we'll have $500 extra a month, and da-da-da-da-da-da, right? I'm like, Mom, oh my God. Can you at least wait till me and Omer move out? There's nowhere. Where would she sleep? Oh, well... If you have extra $500 a month, she has a car, Lord. She can drive us everywhere. You know my mom's always obsessed. Always obsessed. That's why she's blabbing our personal info and talking about selling this house and all this stuff we want to keep secret. Don't want to be blabbing it to the government fucks and whatever, but no reasoning with my mom. Things that happened in the past, I hold a grudge. They're nice to me, Laura. They didn't call out. They didn't. Who did? Who sent all the services to your apartment door if it wasn't them, Mom? Who? You have to be able to have a valid reason. It wasn't your sister. Your sister would have no valid reason to send him there. She doesn't know anything going on. She's not in your life. It was them. It was them. And then when I overhear her, that's all I take to start screaming in the background. But of course I'm not going to do that. Mom, why are you revealing personal info about me to these government fucks you know I can't stand who can't stand me? Why are you doing it? Oh, they're just interested in you, Laura. Yeah, they're interested in me, all right, Mom. Anyway, I'm on no sleep. It's 8 o'clock in the morning. My mom decides to show this woman the place, the one who wants to move in and pay $500 a month, even though we only have 2 bedrooms. I refuse to meet the woman. I stay barricaded with Omar in my room. And what do you think happens? My insane mother is out here. I don't know what's wrong with Laura. She's being so just rude and I don't know what. And then outside my bedroom door, pounding on it. Laura, get out of here. Again, hostage. I'm being held hostage by a 2-year-old. Laura, get out of here right now and meet Darlene. She wants to meet you. Blah, 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 blah. Get out of here right now. And then she called me a crazy bitch. And again, this is a stranger to me. She knows her from that place she goes to, okay? Again, Marion, don't care. I used to say, people are going to figure out where you live. I don't care anymore. My mom could have caused a scene at that place if she had said to me, this person wants to drive us home, and if I said, you know what I mean? Or my mom could have just taken the ride herself and I would have tried to talk her out of it, and you know? But instead I got the next day, if you weren't so paranoid, we could have got a ride home with so-and-so. He's really, really nice. Yeah, so is Ted Bundy, Mom. Anyway, Laura, get out here right now and meet Danielle. She wants to meet you. Why are you being so rude? And everything. Oh, my God. Again, trying to sleep, earplugs in my ears. But I recorded the whole thing. I recorded her calling me a crazy bitch. What do you think this woman was thinking? The woman later went back and blabbed to all the government fucks that, I wouldn't want to move in there. There's too much stress. We don't want you here. At least I don't. I don't care if you're paying $10,000, $500 a month. Mom, Jesus fucking Christ, what are you thinking? But anyway, my plan was, I wasn't dressed. It's like 8:30 in the morning, like really early in the morning. I wasn't dressed. Had earplugs in my ears. Had no intention of meeting this woman per my mom's childish demands, again, being held hostage, me. It's like being a kidnapping victim, okay? Had no intention of meeting her. But then, my mom starts screaming and yelling about her Ativan. Where's my Ativan? And then I ignored her still, and she was going insane and screaming and yelling in front of this woman, okay? I said, Mom, it's in. I had to talk to my mom. Now, I've been ignoring my mom completely. I'd ignored her. I intentionally ignored her. That way the woman would see my mom calling me a crazy bitch, and I can't believe how rude she's being, Darlene, and I don't know why she's acting like this. What's wrong with her? What's wrong with you, Laura? And all the crap, and I said not one word. But in the end, because I'm in hell, I was forced to say, Mom, your Ativan is in your bottom drawer. Right? And then I hear screaming. It's not there! Danielle wants to leave! I need my meds! So I was forced to come out. And I went, and it was in her bottom drawer. She just hadn't looked carefully enough. It was a little towards the back. Right? And I looked at the woman. I introduced myself. Okay? Again, I don't need to play her game. Okay? I will walk out of here and leave her to rot in her own insanity. Okay? This all happened, and she miraculously, I was positive she was going to wind up in the hospital, she miraculously just snapped out of it. as has happened numerous times over these past several months or whatever. Of course, the government fucks want to blame me for everything, you know what I mean? Meanwhile, she almost wound up in the hospital more than once when she was living in her apartment. And no one could blame me. I'm not even there, okay? But whatever. I didn't introduce myself to the woman. I know damn well I'm not being rude or whatever. My mom's being rude having this woman come in here and trying to force me to have her live here, okay? And force me to meet these strangers at 8 o'clock in the morning when I'm asleep. And you haven't let me get any sleep for days, okay? And I'm not dressed. I just said to the woman, I looked and it's right there in her bottom drawer, okay? And then I went back in my room and that was it. But in the end, I ignored my mom the entire time until she started screaming and yelling, okay? Joe says to me on the phone today, disengage, Laura. Don't talk to your mom. Don't engage. It's worse if you engage. I try to disengage. I try to go and hide in my room or sleep in my closet. And if she needs something, she starts screaming for me, you know? I can't even ignore her. It's like being a fucking kidnapping victim. I'm forced to meet strangers if she wants to have them over here. She's going to be having a guy I never met over here to teach her guitar lessons and Spanish or French or whatever. Another one from that place is going to be coming in. That's all fine and good. She used to do keyboard lessons with Auntie for a half an hour for 25. She can do it. It's not the point. The point is the place is still a mess. The point is she's not doing very well and we're not getting along and she blabs and blabs and blabs my personal info to everybody and now I have to have that guy come over here. Oh. But not today. She changed her mind today. She's crying to the pastor about how horrible I am and then I'm threatening to move out. You told me to move out. They should be able to see how insane you are. You tell me to move out and then I say I'm going to move out and you get all upset. But really, like, well then you're not taking Omar. Oh, Mom, you will never have Omar. You're not capable of caring for that old blind dog. I've seen it, even when I've given you limited responsibilities. You have failed. Not your fault, but you still failed. Is the church woman and forwarded to Selena and Joe this morning. My heart is shattered for her, but it has finally reached the point where it is either her or me, and I have the right to save myself and refuse to any longer be held hostage by a 2-year-old who gets to run the entire show and tell everyone in her life that I'm the problem. Sent Sunday, February 10th at 8:55 a.m. Forward to Selena. And forward to Joe. Forward to Selena, forward to Joe, and delete all since they're on this video right now. She's always telling me to move out and yelling at me, but then when I say I'm going to do it, then it's like, oh, and then she tells people, oh, she's going to leave me. She says she just wants to hold me hostage. Joe's like, I told you that years ago, Laura. Joe doesn't play around. And then I wrote to church woman, if she doesn't keep her delusional mouth shut. Joe says this can't happen to me, but you know, I won't even be able to pack. The police will come here and throw me and Omar out on the street in the middle of winter. She's not well. the so-called professionals in her life are completely irresponsible, encouraging her to go out by herself, into Boston by herself, and to blow off an important heart specialist appointment scheduled months ago because something fun came up that she wants to do. I'm done being held hostage to her insanity. She's not even going to have anybody here to take care of her after her cataract surgery. I am done having the people in her life, most who do not know their asses from their elbows, taking as the gospel truth every word that comes out of her delusional mouth, so long as those words are directed at me. A total stranger female came up to me when I was exiting the bar Friday night and asked me if my mother had dementia. Imagine if that woman knew how badly the people, both friends of my mom's and government vultures my sick delusional mother refers to as her friends in my mother's life treat and view me. It's over. I have finally reached my breaking point. I have to leave, and my poor delusional mother, who thinks she's fine and I'm the problem, is sadly too sick to comprehend what I, Selena, and Joe know for sure will happen to my mom once I'm gone. Sunday, February 10th, 7:33 a.m. That's the saddest thing. I try to reason with her. I try to. So, Selena, you've gotta stop bad-mouthing Laura, you know, to the wrong people. Said Selena. This was months ago. You know, you're saying it to the wrong people. You're gonna have elder services at your door. You're not, you know, and she's not telling the truth. That's the thing. She's not telling the truth, people. In her delusional brain, she's telling the truth, but she's nuts. Okay, she's not telling the truth. She pushes me and pushes me and pushes me when I beg her just to leave me alone. Okay? She won't let me sleep. She won't let me breathe. She won't let me have any kind of, you know. When she talks to people, it says, she just yells at me all the time. You know, it's like, oh my God. I told you to leave Omar in the cage, Mom. This is my house. I'll do what I want. He doesn't want to be in the cage. Why can't he be with me? No, I have to lock him in now when I'm leaving, okay? You're just mean. There's no reason why Omar... Yeah. I feel otherwise, Mom. You know, things are different now that he's blind. I'm not going to trust you alone with him, period. And I don't care what you go and cry wolf, try tattling to your ignorant friends. Whoever. Which I've heard her say, I've heard her do. She's obsessed with Omar. Obsessed. Obsessed. He's not your dog, Mom. I'm going to get my own dog. Then do it. Do it. Do it. Do it. Church woman thinks I have control over you, says you put your foot down, telling I can't stop her from doing anything. You and I both tried to talk her out of going to that stupid Patriots parade. We knew alone there would be chaos. We knew she would have problems, and lo and behold, we were right. She had major problems. And she's going to say, I would have been fine if you didn't have my phone. No, you wouldn't have. You didn't even need to be calling me. You had strangers constantly calling me for no reason. Okay? You didn't have problems because you didn't have your phone. You had problems because you shouldn't be in Boston alone. It's a total madhouse on that parade day. And now she's going to go visit her friend in the nursing home alone, which I didn't let her do the last 3 times she wanted to do it. I'm forced to go with her. You see, that's like being a hostage. I didn't want to go to the Patriots parade. I had an excuse. The contractor was coming. But even if I didn't have an excuse, it's like I have to go or she's going to go by herself. Manipulation. Get it? I'm not playing this fucking game anymore. Okay? I said, who's going to take care of you during your cataract surgery? I'll call the government fucks. They'll have to take care of me. Yeah. That's nice, Mom. Just like you wouldn't let me go to your doctor's primary care physician, your pre-op appointment, because you didn't like me saying you shouldn't blow off that heart specialist appointment that I rescheduled in the hotel that you've been waiting like 8 months for because now you have something fun to do. You don't like that. So